أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله ثم الحمد لله. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله، وما توفيقي واعتمادي واتكالي إلا على الله، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ونبيه وخليله عليه أفضل الصلاة وأزكى التسليم. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم إن زلزلة الساعة شيء عظيم، يوم ترونها تذهل كل مرضعة عما أرضعت وتضع كل ذات حمل حملها وترى الناس سكارى وما هم بسكارى ولكن عذاب الله شديد. نسأل الله الرحمة والعافية في ذلك اليوم. My brothers and sisters, I advise myself and you to have the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our hearts, to remember the time when we leave this dunya for another life. Remember your grave. Remember as-sirat al-mustaqim. Remember the time when you stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Remember the time we receive our books. May Allah give us the tathbeet in this dunya and the hereafter, Ya Rabbil Alameen. أما بعد فإن من أفضل أيامكم يوم الجمعة فأكثروا علي من الصلاة فيه. اللهم صل على سيدنا وحبيبنا وقائدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما, as he advises to send our salam and listen to him, especially on the day of Friday. وفيه ساعة لا يسأل الله العبد فيها شيئا إلا أعطاه إياه ما لم يسأل حرام. There is a certain time in a Friday, if you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for anything whatsoever, Allah will grant it for you as long as you don't ask for haram. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all of us, our loved one, our family, our friend, the Muslim Ummah throughout the world, a complete maghfirah ya Rabbil Alameen, a complete tadbeet ya Rabbil Alameen, and a nasr and victory. Allahumma ameen, Allahumma ameen. Wa ba'd. This is apparently the last Friday of 2016. And I was wondering, what can I share with this beautiful community here at Al-Hijrah? As I visit you several times a year, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the chance as we sit in this place to be under His Arsh ya Rabbil Alameen in the Day of Judgment ya Rabbil Alameen. So I chose an ayah from Surah Al-Ahqaf, has an advice to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and to all of us. Very simple ayah. فاصبر كما صبر أولو العزم من الرسل. فاصبر. Allah Almighty is directing the attention of our Habib Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to have sabr, to have patience, perseverance. The same way, similar to the sabr of the Anbiya, those who are determined, ulul azm, before you. So who are those determined messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Who are those ulul azm? And that's inshallah will be the subject of our khutbah today. Hopefully we end this year with a good note, a positive note to move forward to start the new year بإذن الله عز وجل. يقول الله تعالى: وإذ أخذنا من النبيين ميثاقهم ومنك ومن نوح وإبراهيم وموسى وعيسى ابن مريم وأخذنا منهم ميثاقا غليظا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remind Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and all of us that Allah had taken the mithaq, the ahad, the pledge, the commitment from the prophets before you, and He named those 5 ulul azm from al-Rusul. You, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is number 1. Then Nuh alayhi salam, Ibrahim, Musa, and Isa ibn Maryam. And that mithaq, and that commitment, and that pledge that Allah had taken from the Anbiya, or the messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, was to deliver the message, deliver the amana, to carry the amana the way Allah wanted to be carried, and also أن يصدق بعضهم بعضا, for the Anbiya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to believe in one another, and يبشروا, and also to let their people, their name, know about the next coming prophet to show up. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allah reminds us, أَلَمْ يَجِدْكَ يَتِيمًا فَآوَى. He was that child, he was that yatim, he was that orphan. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described in another surah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. He is the Rasulullah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then He says, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. Your best example in this life, your role model is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Now we move to Nuh alayhi salam. Has an amazing story with his own son. He lost his son for the other side. And he raises his hand to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَنَادَى نُوحٌ رَبَّهُ فَقَالَ رَبِّ إِنَّ ابْنِي مِنْ أَهْلِي وَإِنَّ وَعْدَكَ الْحَقُّ وَأَنْتَ أَحْكَمُ الْحَاكِمِينَ. Ya Rabb, this is my son. He's of my family. Whatever your promise is the haqq and the truth, that you will save the believer and destroy the others. When the flood was taking place, وَإِنَّ وَعْدَكَ الْحَقُّ وَأَنْتَ أَحْكَمُ الْحَاكِمِينَ. You know the best. You're the most wise. You are the wise. لَا إِلَهَ قَالَ يَا نُوحُ إِنَّهُ لَيْسَ مِنْ أَهْلِكَ إِنَّهُ عَمَلٌ غَيْرُ صَالِحٍ. And imagine that test, that trial. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling Nabiullah from Ulul Azm, you know, he's not your son. He is not from your family anymore. He's a bad deed. And imagine what goes through the heart of Nuh alayhi salam. You move on a little bit to Ibrahim alayhi salam. A beautiful story. Teamwork between him and his son. But before that, he was subject for another test and another trial. قَالُوا حَرِّقُوهُ وَانْصُرُوا آلِهَتَكُمْ. Whenever they failed to talk to him, to communicate to him, whenever they failed to understand his message, whenever they rejected him, the Arabs came and they decided, you know what? We're going to burn him. We're going to burn him to support and stand for our idols. And Allah described Ibrahim alayhi salam, Inna Ibrahima kana ummah. Ibrahim, he was a single man, but he was acting as a nation, as a whole ummah by himself alayhi salam. Then you fast forward a little bit to Musa alayhi salam and Isa alayhi salam. And they were the story. And they were the children. Now the Prophet lost all his boy children. Sayyidina Nuh lost his son. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he worked with his son. So different scenarios. Somebody has no boys, no kids. Somebody lost his son, and somebody has his son around him. Now Musa and Isa, they were the children themselves. And Allah described that moment when he was a baby, a newborn, and he was wanted at that time by the Pharaoh. He used to kill the males And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ أُمِّ مُوسَىٰ أَنْ أَرْضِعِيهِ فَإِذَا خِفْتِ عَلَيْهِ. We gave the wahi, the instruction, the direction to the mother of Musa alayhi salam to do what? To breastfeed him. To feed him. I mean, if you have a child, you breastfeed him after 2 hours, they need to get some more. So it's not gonna eat if you feed him as much as you can, 2-3 hours. After that, the baby needs to eat. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling the mother, just feed him. Then He says, فَإِذَا خِفْتِ عَلَيْهِ. And if you are afraid for his safety, if you are worried about his safety, where do you put him? فَأَلْقِيهِ فِي الْيَمِّ. Put him in the river. I mean, it doesn't make sense, if you want to look at it from our materials in life, I mean, putting a baby in a box in the sea or in the river, most likely it's death. If he stays outside, maybe there's a chance to stay alive, maybe he can hang. But in the water, he's gone. He cannot swim, he cannot do anything. But Allah says, if you are afraid, if you're worried, you want your son to live, just put him in the water. وَلَا تَخَافِي. And Allah given her some guarantees. Don't be afraid from the other side. وَلَا تَحْزَنِي. And don't be sad. And a little bit more. إِنَّا رَادُّوهِ إِلَيْكِ وَجَاعِلُوهُ مِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. We shall return him back to you. And not only he will come back, but he will be a prophet. He will be among the messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And imagine the little box and the waves and the people of Pharaoh receiving that box, and he's and Allah described what goes in the heart of the mother. وَأَصْبَحَ فُؤَادُ أُمِّ مُوسَى فَارِغًا. She literally had a broken heart. You have listened to the news yesterday or the day before yesterday. The Hollywood star passed away. The next day, 24 hours, mom passed away. And they were talking about, broken heart syndromes and what have you. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described something similar to that. أَصْبَحَ فُؤَادُ أُمِّ مُوسَى فَارِغًا. Her heart came empty, broken. إِن كَادَتْ لَتُبْدِي بِهِ. And she was about to just scream and let everybody know, this is my son, please take him out of the water. And if she did, the son is gone definitely. Because they will know and they will take care of him. إِن كَادَتْ لَتُبْدِي بِهِ لَوْلَا أَرَّبَطْنَا عَلَى قَلْبِهَا. And if it's not for the power Allah had given her, and if it's not for the iman she had, and if it's not for the help and the support from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, she would have caused the death of her own son. لِتَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. So she will have that faith and that iman in her heart. Later on, فَرَدَدْنَاهُ إِلَىٰ أُمِّهِ كَيْ تَقَرَّ عَيْنُهَا وَلَا تَحْزَنْ وَلِتَعْلَمَ أَنَّ وَعْدَ اللَّهِ حَقٌّ لَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. We return him back to his mother. The story is long. And for her to know that the wa'd and the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is haqq and truth. But the fact is, many people don't know about it. If I ask any one of you today, do you believe in the wa'd and the promises of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Each one of you will say, yes. So how Allah says, وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَهُمْ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Most of them, they don't know. The fact that you know that Allah's promises is there is different than when you live it. Musa, Allah promised her, don't be afraid, don't be sad, we will bring him back, and he will come back as a prophet. So all the guarantees from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala were there. So she doesn't have to worry. She doesn't need to be a broken heart. Yet, she was about to tell others about her son. She almost lost it. If it's not for the iman and the faith. When we see what's happening today in Aleppo and different parts of the world, it's very difficult. It's very hard. And it's very sad. Especially when nobody doing anything to stop the massacres and the killing. And sometimes we have that despair. We might feel like the mother of Musa alayhi salam, khalas is gone, there's nothing we can do. But we need to rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We need to have that faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you read every Jum'ah, Wallahu ghalibun ala amrih, do we really mean it? Do we really believe in it? That whatever Allah wants at the end of the day will take place? Sometimes we lose touch with those beautiful meanings. وَكَانَ حَقًّا عَلَيْنَا نَصْرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. It is a haqq of the mu'mineen on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah will give him nasr and support. And what we see around us is different. That is the time we rise and shine and have that faith like the mother of Musa alayhi salam. Then things will change bi'idhnillahi azza wa jal. Now that little training for that little baby, he was thrown in the water, it paid off later on. Also in front of the water. He was put in the water when he was a baby, and when he became an adult, he was faced with the water. The water from the side, the army of the Pharaoh from the back, and وَقَالَ أَصْحَابُ مُوسَى إِنَّا لَمُدْرَكُونَ. That's it. People of Musa, they said, you know what? We are doomed. We're gone. What are we going to do? We don't have boats. We cannot swim. We cannot go anywhere. And the army just right here. فَلَمَّا تَرَاءَ الْجَمْعَانِ قَالَ أَصْحَابُ مُوسَى إِنَّا لَمُدْرَكُونَ قَالَ كَلَّا إِنَّ مَعِيَ رَبِّي سَيَهْدِينِ. Musa alayhi salam stood and said, you know what? It's not going to happen. I believe in the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is with us and He will guide us through. And Allah took them through the water to the other side and saved them from the Pharaoh. We need to have that faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala معنا. ثاني اثنين إذ هما في الغار إذ يقول لصاحبه لا تحزن إن الله معنا. Abu Bakr was crying, Ya Rasulullah, if they look just right there, we're right there, we cannot hide. We're right there in front of them. Then Rasul, give me comfort, don't worry. Allah will take care of us. Allah is with us. This ma'iyah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the first step toward crossing the ocean bi'idhnillahi azza wa jalla. Now you find a similar story in the story of Isa alayhi salam. And nowadays we are at the end of the year and everybody's talking about Isa alayhi salam. And Allah says, فَأَتَتْ بِهِ قَوْمَهَا تَحْمِلُهُ. You know the story? She was carrying, the baby in her hand. And she came to her people. قالوا يا مريم لقد جئت شيئا فريا. Maryam, you have done something real bad, unacceptable, unbelievable. يا أخت هارون ما كان أبوك امرأ سوء وما كانت أمك بغيا. What have you done? Your brother is a righteous man and your mom is the same. How you dare to go and have a child without marriage? What can she do at that moment? What kind of things she has to convince people that is not what you think? But she has faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَأَشْهَرَتْ إِلَيْهِ. You want to talk? Don't talk to me. Talk to the little one. You want answer? Do not ask me. Ask the baby. Ask Isa alayhi salam. What kind of faith, if you are in that situation, what kind of iman do you have? Believe that this baby will talk and defend you. قال إني عبد الله لا إله إلا الله. That is how much she had faith. You want to get an answer? I don't have an answer for you, but that baby does. Isa alayhi salam. قال إني عبد الله آتاني الكتاب وجعلني نبيا. He gave me the book and he made me a prophet. وَجَعَلَنِي مُبَارَكًا أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُ. And He blessed me wherever I go. وَأَوْصَانِي بِالصَّلَاةِ وَالزَّكَاةِ مَا دُمْتُ حَيًّا. Allah Almighty asking me to perform my salah, my zakat, as long as I'm alive. And to take it further, وَبَرًّا بِوَالِدَتِي وَلَمْ يَجْعَلْنِي جَبَّارًا شَقِيًّا. And He asked me and advised me to take care of my mother and to have good morals and good akhlaq. ذَلِكَ عِيسَى بْنُ مَرْيَمَ قَوْلُ الْحَقِّ الَّذِي فِيهِ يَمْتَرُونَ. I'll give you an assignment, inshallah. I don't want to go, mashallah, good khutbah, alhamdulillah, go home to work. That's khair, inshallah. I want you, inshallah, this week, the next few days, to sit with your children. And let's read Surah Maryam. Can we do that, inshallah? I assume, yes. Let's take it, and focus on those ayat. What did Musa say, what did Isa say, when she pointed at him? And how we can bring it into our life, into our family, into our masajid, into our organizations. Nowadays, we are in need for this kind of faith and iman that ulil azmi min al-rusul, those with determination, had before us. And Allah described it for us. Nuh, Ibrahim, Musa, Isa, and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Because at some point in our life, it becomes so difficult, so challenging. And if we don't have what keeps us on track, we might lose it. We might go on the other side. And Allah described a scene where the Sahaba, إِذْ جَاءُوكُمْ مِنْ فَوْقِكُمْ وَمِنْ أَسْفَلَ مِنْكُمْ وَإِذْ زَاغَتِ الْأَبْصَارُ وَبَلَغَتِ الْقُلُوبُ الْحَنَاجِرَ. That you were in a situation where you're surrounded, you've been taken, and you lost your vision. You couldn't figure out what's happening anymore. وَبَلَغَتِ الْقُلُوبُ الْحَنَاجِرَ. Your heart about to jump out of your body. وَتَظُنُّونَ بِاللَّهِ الظُّنُونَ. And some of you start, doubting the power and the iman in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. هُنَالِكَ ابْتُلِيَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. At that moment, the believers were put on trial in that moment. وَزُلْزِلُوا زِلْزَالًا شَدِيدًا. And for them, it's like an earthquake, shaking them real hard. We could go through similar scenario, but we need to have that faith and that iman. The hardships around us, or we see it, or we feel it. Hate crimes on the rise, a lot of things on the rise. الَّذِينَ قَالَ لَهُمُ النَّاسُ إِنَّ النَّاسَ قَدْ جَمَعُوا لَكُمْ فَاخْشَوْهُمْ فَزَادَهُمْ إِيمَانًا وَقَالُوا حَسْبُنَا اللَّهُ وَنِعْمَ الْوَكِيلُ. Always remember to say حَسْبُنَا اللَّهُ وَنِعْمَ الْوَكِيلُ. Because there are people try to put fear in your heart. There are people try to put you down, That should encourage us to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Get us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, having said that faith with the Prophet or Messenger Ibrahim or Nuh or Isa or Musa or Sayyidina Muhammad, it wasn't just something in the heart. It was also followed by action or associated with actions and amal. So we cannot just say, oh, Ya Rab, and we're doing nothing. We gotta do something about it for the change to happen. And briefly, look at Ibrahim alayhi salam. When he was faced with all these challenges, he said, Inni ذاهب إلى ربي سيهدين. I'm not going to sit here and wait for, I'm going to make hijrah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and in my way Allah will guide me. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did. Mother of Musa, all what she can do at that time, prepare the box of Abderaoof. Just breastfeed him. That's all what you can do. Your limit is right here. We take it from there. Allah will take it from there after that. We're just going to do our part and leave the rest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The mother of Isa, she was not able to do anything except فَأَشَارَتْ إِلَيْهِ. She didn't even, she was not able to speak. All what she did, she pointed at him. And that's it. That's what she can do at that time. If you look at Nuh alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَاصْنَعِ الْفُلْكَ بِأَعْيُنِي. You need to go and make the boat. There is a flood coming. There is a disaster is going to happen. Allah will save you, but to be saved, you need to create the boat. You need to manufacture a boat so it can float. Allah Qadir, Allah has the ability to let them float without the boat. But He wants Nuh alayhi salam and the believer and us to do our part, then wait for the support from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For Muhammad alayhi salam, فَاصْدَعْ بِمَا تُؤْمَرْ وَأَعْرِضْ عَنِ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. The order came to him, you have a lot of people opening their mouth against you. You have a lot of people accusing you of this and that. Don't waste your time on them. Invest your time in da'wah. فَاصْدَعْ بِمَا تُؤْمَرْ. Share whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked you to deliver. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لكم فلا توزوا مستغفرين ونجاة التائبين استغفر. الحمد لله ثم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا يا رب العالمين. My brothers and sisters, as I said, this is the last khutbah of the year. Inshallah, Allah give us the life to live until the new year. Alhamdulillah, Allah blessed us with a lot of things, and part of it is this community and this masjid and this center. And may Allah reward all of you, the founders, the people who have maintained this place, the donors, everybody in this community. I ask Allah to grant you a place in the Jannah. You did a wonderful job throughout the years. Alhamdulillah, we have plenty of beautiful programs and services. We have a whole team working on da'wah and civic engagement and reaching out to the people around us and to the government and what have you. We have, mashallah, a great youth work. Over 1,000 of our youth benefit from your investment in this place. Just in the weekend school, the Quran school, we have over 400 children, alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Every week, because of your effort, may Allah reward you. Around 250 families get food in this place, and also 1,000 they take food. We deliver food for them on your behalf. There's a great work, alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. We want to make sure, inshallah, the 217, we start head on, inshallah, and continue this service, inshallah, to our community, to our youth, the da'wah, utilities around $60,000 a year, for the heater, for the AC, for the light. So, mashallah, you did last year, I remember we fundraised for the AC. This year we need you to help us, inshallah, a good deed, amal salih, inshallah, to seal the deal, inshallah. Amal bi khawatibiha. Let's have a good, inshallah, end for the year. So I kindly ask you very simple. If you can put $100 a month for 10 months, or $50 for 10 months, or $25 for 10 months. Whatever you can afford. I'm not going to tell you do 20, 30, just participation. As I always say, it's not how much you give, it's about you give in Allah Azza wa Jal. So please, after Salah, stop by the office, do your credit card or fill the pledge at your convenience. All what I need is a couple of minutes. I know you have to go, but kindly, even if you're planning not to give, you cannot give, just sit for 2 minutes, inshallah. Let's raise some funds for our beautiful organization. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallayta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim fil alameen innaka Hamidul Majid. Allahumma ighfir lana dhunubana kaffir anna sayyi'atina wa tawaffana wa anta radin anna ya rabbal alameen. اللهم كل من ساهم في بناء هذا المركز وهذه الجارية يا رب العالمين بمال أو جهد أو عمل أو وقت يا رب العالمين. اللهم بارك لهم في أهلهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم تقبلها منهم يا رب العالمين وارزقهم بيوتا في الجنة يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم نسألك النصر للمظلومين في كل مكان. اللهم كن معهم لا تكن عليهم. اللهم زدهم لا تنقصهم. اللهم أكرمهم لا تهنهم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اجمع كلمتنا ووحد صفوفنا وأذهب البغض والحسد من قلوبنا. اللهم لا تدع لنا في هذا المقام وفي هذا اليوم وفي هذا العام ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا مريضا إلا شافيته ولا غائبا إلا إلى أهله رددته، ولا مسجونا ومظلوما إلا فككت أسره برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا